At one point in time, I actually had one of those Lambo doors. You know, everyone has their own opinion about Lambo doors being tacky and, you know, it's not really a cool mod, so to speak. And for me, when I did start modifying, I was one of those guys as well. I didn't really think about doing Lambo doors.
So these doors, they go up, and well, it used to be cool like 10 years ago having the you know, the Lambo doors, and these are pretty custom too. But I think now to update it, I'm just gonna restore it back to the way it was and have the doors just open and close the way the MR2 should. So that's a lot of work. I actually have to pay extra for that. But you know, it'll just go back to the way it used to be. It won't be as showy, but it'll just update it to its restored original condition.
So here's a quick comparison between the custom Lambo doors that I had installed on my MR2 and the vertical doors that I had on my 350Z when it first came out. Again, I just want to point out that this was just a short phase in my my tuner shenanigans, if you will, that I had these doors. The vertical doors were actually a sponsorship, so I didn't really even pay for that. And the custom doors were the ones that I installed for the MR2. Now, this really is just a quick comparison. So again, so as you notice, the vertical doors sort of go in a V shape. It doesn't really go all the way up. That's how they were designed. They were mass produced, and that's how the vertical doors are. For the custom Lambo doors that I had installed, as you notice, they went all the way up. And actually, if I wanted to, I could also adjust it where they would also go sort of on a V angle, similar to that of the vertical doors. Now, those are the main differences between the two when I had those doors on my cars back in the day. You know, when you start modifying your car to the extreme, you start trying to find other ways to up the ante, so to speak, to have one up on everyone else, especially when you're competing at the level I was in terms of, you know, the show car scene. But there's no excuses, obviously, in terms of what's tasteful or putting there's no excuse to putting mods that are not very tasteful and so on. Now, my rationale for putting the Lambo doors is that these were custom Lambo doors. They were not the vertical doors that they sold, mass produced and so on, that went halfway up. So my reasoning for actually having these doors installed was that these went all the way up. Now, having said that, for a time, competitions, gaining points, brownie points or whatever, it was cool. But now I finally decided I've had enough of the Lambo doors, and I'm putting my car back to stock doors, that is. Way too much wiring on this car. Yeah, that's what happens. Too much modifications. See all the wiring from up here. That's how it is when you modify.
you open the door?
Huh?
How did you open the door?
How? It was already open.
I mean, to park it out here. Someone must have done it wrong.
No, it's been like that even inside. It's already broke. I don't know what happened from underneath the car. Thing messed up. Oh. This thing got work. Can't get my door to go down. So I'm kind of stuck like right here. Okay.
Well, one of the other reasons as to why I just kind of wanted to get rid of the Lambo doors was because I was having some issues with it as well. These were custom-made Lambo doors. They were not the ones that were the vertical doors that were mass-produced. So I've had some issues with the wiring hitting the doors not closing all the way down, the hinges scratching the paint and so on. I mean, it's no big deal. But I just kind of thought that because I was having those issues and, I've always had to tinker with it. Finally, when I decided I want to go back to stock, I just didn't want that look anymore. This was another reason why I thought, okay, it's probably good to just get rid of these doors altogether. Even though it was going to cost more, I just kind of wanted to get rid of all these issues, pertaining to the door not opening properly, me having to kind of play with it all the time, the wires getting stuck, and, the hinges scratching the paint and so on.
You try to close it, right?
I tried to close it. Oh, he tried to close it. That's why. He doesn't want to clear that. It will bend because that bracket is holding it up. I said the bracket will have to clear it out so you can go closer. If the bracket is not
It was a cool feature. Maybe for some, they think, why did I have to take it back out? It was flashy, it looked nice, this and that, it was unique. But for me, I think just the issues were just getting too much, and I just wanted to take it back. I just wanted to go back to stock and go back to that stock look, the OG look, if you will, for the MR2.